So if you have an image where you want part of the image and you're going to trace it, but you know you only want that one piece rather than the entire thing, you're going to still go over to the trace panel, click trace, select trace area, and draw your box around the part that you want. So for this, we'll do the swords and wait for it to turn yellow. So we're going to ease the threshold down a little bit just to make the gray inside the yellow more defined to get the best trace image. This threshold is just a little bar over here that will cause your tracing to be either lighter or darker, whatever you need to get the most defined image. If you move up on this image, you see that it completely turns yellow, which means you would just have a box traced out.
So it's a transparency bar.
Yes. So then come down and hit trace. Move your image over. And I usually just turn it black so that I can see. So in this, you can see that your image has now cut out the swords and has a black background. So to turn this into just swords, you're going to click the entire image, right click, and release your compound path. So now you have a lot of little boxes and lines. So then click the box around it, which you don't need, and delete. And we don't need these words, so draw a box around them, and then hit delete to get rid of those. Same is true with everything other than the exact points that you want to keep. Sometimes they're really close to the image, so drawing a line around and select them is a little hard. I just usually move one or two things until I can get a clear box around them without selecting any part of the image that I want to keep. You can move them, delete whatever you need to. Now that I have it cleaned up and I have just the swords, if I want to delete part of the swords and keep another part, like say I want to cut this sword in half. It can be done multiple ways. If you double click, it shows you all of the points on each of those lines. And so you can click a point and just hit delete, and it will start individually deleting your line points. And if you click off, you can see that now the sword is shorter.
Zoom in and show her. No, zoom in on the screen.
That's what I'm doing. So double click again, and you can see.
No, zoom in on the computer screen.
That's what I did.
No, the computer screen. Zoom in. Click the zoom in box. No, yeah.
So, okay.
Now you
can
can actually
zoom in.
Now you
So,
can actually see the dots.
Yeah. So, for instance, between this point and that point, you can see where it turns red and it shows you where your line is. So if you hit delete, it connects it to the next line. And you can actually delete most all of an image if you continue to delete points. So it will just continue to delete.
You see where the mouse wheel is? Or the zoom in and zoom out, and
Yes.
there's a mouse next to it?
Mm-hmm.
You can click that, and then you can zoom into a larger area.
So, yes. So if you continue to delete, it will draw the line out almost to where you have like a square box. If you want to get rid of this line, I'm not zoom in so far yet. Click the line that you want to get rid of, go over, and click break path. That makes a break in the line so that you can select a smaller part and actually delete it. You may have to break the path more than once in order to get a hole there where there's like nothing. There Otherwise it just continues to delete lines along the path. This I usually only use if I'm doing a small cleanup, but there's your hole, and now the path is broken completely. If I'm doing a small cleanup, like say I have these lines, which are not clearly defined, but they are instead wavy. If you delete the lines along that wavy path, it will connect and make those straight. I'll make it just a straight line.